Okay, user duck quark. Okay, here's why your character can't idle, or why the idle animation or the sword attack animation keeps getting overshadowed. And just looking over your code, you need to set a variable that essentially tells your code that it's allowed to idle at this point. At least that's what I had to do. So as you're looking at the code here, I have a variable called can idle. That's a boolean, and in the ready function, which your code calls as soon as it starts the node here, we have can idle set to true. And then down here, as we are calling all of our code, and let me just go ahead and go to the sword attack. So for sword attack here, as soon as the code detects that the sword attack was I'm sorry, that an attack was called, we set can idle to false. So for me, that's of course if I hit the sword, or sorry, if I'm trying to get somebody with a sword with the code. So we have can idle set to false, can idle set to false, and then up here in our main code, as we are getting our input, I have them if they're on the floor, if velocity.x is equal to 0, and can idle equals true, then the state travels to idle. And the sword attack, if we go into our animation for our player, at the very end of our attack animation here, we are setting can idle back to true. Oh, I'm sorry, I guess for me, we're actually calling sword animation attack is finished because I have 3 different attack animations. And in the attack animation, it only triggers at the very, very end. So right there. So as soon as this entire thing is played out, it calls this function, which re-enables can idle. If we go back into our script, attack animation finished, we see can idle equals true. And then if we play our game here, we can see as soon as we press it, it goes all the way through. Okay, well I hope that helps.